Welcome to RickRackRuby. I'm Laura Kluvo. Today we'll make this Farmhouse Jingle-Bell Angel Ornament. She's fun and easy, so let's get started. To make the Jingle-Bell Angel, we'll start with this white bell. It's around 2.5 inches in diameter. The face is about 1 inch. This little baby spool, which will become her neck, is 5/8 of an inch tall. I have 20 inches of this black and white twine, and this is from the gift wrap department. This is a little bit thicker than the thin baker's twine that you can actually thread through a needle and sew with. I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on the end of this twine because sometimes it's hard to get through this opening in the spool. But we're going to thread it through the spool, through the head, and then, since I'm too lazy to put tape on the opposite end of this twine, we'll just bring it back down, through, and then tie it in a knot. And the knot will be at the bottom. Throughout this project, we'll be completely annoyed by the sound of this clanking bell. You might think that 20 inches is a long piece, and it is. It is a little bit extra, but by the time we assemble the angel and then she gets her hair, it's about this tall, and then we have enough left for a nice hanging loop. Okay, we're going to line these up so that the face of the angel is aligned with this little ring at the top of the bell. So this ring is flat, and I'm going to add some hot glue right here, and then hot glue right here, and then I'm going to tie a knot in the string. It doesn't totally secure the bead at the top, the head bead, but it kind of helps. It'll not completely prevent, like if you wanted to, you could yank that right over that knot, but it kind of helps to hold it in place. For the dress, I have a piece of red and black flannel that is 2.5 inches wide and 22 inches long, or I should say 2.5 inches tall and 22 inches across. I'm going to fold up one edge to create a hem, and then I'm going to press it and zigzag the hem. The reason I want to do that is because this fabric will fray, so I want to make sure it doesn't fray. And then after I sew the hem, I'll fold this right sides together and seam the sides, so we'll wind up with a big circle. And now I'll gather this up. I have a doubled strand of red quilting thread. I'm going to start at the back where the seam is, making sure the hem is on the bottom. I like to use a thimble, and I'll just gather this up with a running stitch. I have a tutorial on how to make the face, the RickRackRuby face. It's called Focus on Faces. So I'm pulling this, this gathered skirt up around her neck. The spool becomes the neck. The top edge is raw. I'm not too worried about this top edge fraying because it'll be pretty much covered by a bow and a little decoration. I'm going to wrap this tightly to secure it. I'm making sure that the seam is in the back, which it is, and then I'll tie it off in the back. And now I'll lift up the skirt and secure this to the spool with a little bit of hot glue. This is a black gingham ribbon from Offray. It's 1/2 inch wide. I'll just tie a small bow, just a simple bow, just like I'm tying a shoe. This ribbon is great because it's, you know, it's the same front and back. It's reversible. That's about 2 inches across. I feel like that's the right size. These are my favorite scissors. Kai, K-A-I, from Japan. So I'll glue this to the front center, right underneath her chin. I have a couple of options to decorate her bow, but I think I'm going to use the heart because I used the star for the Santa, which is kind of her companion project. So I want her to look a little different. These are from Target. Now for her hair, I made her hair with a 4x6 inch index card. I folded it in half like this, and then I wrapped it about 36 times this long way, and then stitched across the center. I prepared that ahead of time. So it looks like that. And then I will carefully pull out the card, which is not too hard because it's perforated in the center. Then I have a little bundle like this, which becomes her wig. I'll apply some glue across the top of her forehead in kind of a U shape where her headband would be, if she was wearing a headband, right along there. I'll show you. So right along there. Then I'll press the center of this bundle right where I sewed it into the glue. There's the first part of the hairstyle. And then I'll continue to apply the glue along the sides and the back of the head bead right here. The side and the back, the bottom, more the bottom, and then the same thing on this side. And I'll press that into the hot glue all the way around. And then the idea is to pull this hair up into a top knot. Yes, that clanking bell is very annoying, but this project is quick. So now I'm going to take a double strand of quilting thread and a needle, and I'm going to tie off this top knot. This time I have off-white thread to match the hair. And I'll tie this off. You don't really need it to be on a needle. Then I'll tie the knot in the front, but a little off center, because I'm going to put a little decoration there. To decorate her hair, I have a little piece of red tulle. I cut it about 1.5 inches wide, and I'll tie it around this little top knot into sort of a square knot. You could do a bow, you could use ribbon, use anything you like. But I'm just gonna tie a little knot right here, and then trim these streamers just about, not even 1 inch. And then I have this greenery that I got from Target. I'll just cut off a little sprig and glue that into her bow. Just right here. That looks cute. For the halo, I have a 6-inch length of 20 gauge gold wire. I'll twist the ends together and sort of open up the ring, fold down the stem like this, add some glue to the end of the stem, and stick it into the hair. So that becomes her halo, and it's way above her head. And finally, I have some options for wings. I cut a couple of different sizes and a couple of different papers. I just started using this paper, and here it is. It's called Plaid Tidings. It has so many fun papers, all plaid and all Christmas, so I'm sure I'll be using this. I'm going to use the smaller red and white. I do have a video about how I make my wings. I think that one's called Focus on Wings. But I added a little penny of hot glue to the top center of the wings, and I'm gluing it to the back of her head. Way up here is where the glue is. And there we go, easy. And you can already imagine how many fun variations that you can create of this project. I deliberately made the strip 2.5 inches so that you could use your jelly rolls. And you don't have to go farmhouse. You could go with any kind of fabric and decorations and papers and hairstyles and twine, and just anything goes. It's a really super fun project. Thank you for watching my tutorial. If you're enjoying my videos, please like, share, and subscribe.